Hi Taurus, and welcome to your October Love and Career reading.
This is for your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. And today we've got the top row showing your career reading and the bottom row will be your love reading. We will then pull a couple of oracle cards and bring the reading together.
And after that, we'll channel some direct messages from our spirit team.
Ooh. So,
Right.
Taurus.
What have we got going on, Taurus, this month?
So I think, Taurus, there's something worrying you. And with these two cards together, I think it's a decision. I think there is a decision that you're being asked to make or you're thinking about, and it's causing you a few sleepless nights, really.
Yeah, it's a decision, a choice. It feels very much like it feels also a bit like either this or that to me.
Yeah.
And it's definitely giving you some bit of mental anguish, I think.
I do think there's an element, though, Taurus, of being able to maybe step back from the situation, because I think then you might gain a clearer perspective about actually what's going on.
Well, if we leap to this one here, the Hangman is all about gaining a different perspective.
Yes.
That's what the card is all about. So I think it's about releasing, trying to get out of your head and see the situation in the round a little bit more.
Yeah. And whether that's actually maybe if you've got somebody who's trusted in your life, who is normally a very good, logical thinker, I think that might help in this situation, whether there's somebody you can go to and just gain a little bit more of insight. Because somebody who's not emotionally related to your problem or your worries may have a clearer perspective of what is going on.
And also I think the very process of stating your fears actually often reduces them.
Yes.
Because you've externalized them, you've seen them, you've sort of metaphorically put them on the table, and I think it takes some of the fear away.
Yeah.
And I think when it's all internalized, you can ruminate and go round and round and round.
I do. Because we've got the Five of Pentacles, which is all about, again, coming on from this one, it's all about not asking for help.
It is.
And it's all about feeling there's a lack of mentality, or feeling like a bit of a victim. And I'm not saying that's how you're feeling, Taurus, at all. I'm just saying that maybe you feel that this is a problem you have to solve on your own.
I think you feel unsupported.
Yeah.
I do feel that. I think you do feel that you're alone, which isn't the same as being alone.
No.
I think it's a big difference. I think this internalization of your fears is making you feel alone at the moment, when actually there's probably a lot of support around you that you can call on.
So I think it's really important to seek out that support and help, Taurus.
And that very much helps you see the situation in a much more holistic way. I have a feeling, just a strong feeling, this situation is not it's not worth the worry that you're giving it.
No. But it's also saying, I think with the Hangman, yes, it's having a different perspective, but I also thinking it's taking time. I just feel there's an element of don't rush anything. There's no need to rush.
I also got the word time, and I think there's an element of this actually is in the process of kind of sorting itself in a way. I just get the feeling this isn't as deep a concern as maybe you think it is.
Yeah.
And that time, I get the expression, time will tell. Time will kind of resolve this almost a little bit of itself.
Yeah.
But in the process, you just need to free up your mental anxiety, because it's actually not helping.
No. The word I got was unwarranted. So there's these unwarranted fears.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I strongly feel that it's just not... I agree. I think unwarranted is an excellent word. I do. I don't think it's worthy of the mental anguish that it's creating for you.
Yeah.
And I think absolutely right to kind of express this, maybe to someone else, maybe to a group of other people, maybe to a close relative, whatever. Or even if you can't do that, push it on paper.
Yes.
Just expressing those worries and seeing them for what they are will reduce them.
Yeah. So let's have a look at the oracle card for you. So we've got independence. So it's time to go out on your own and create your own business, or try something well outside your comfort zone. So that's asking you to think in a very different way, from a different perspective.
It is.
And try and find what it is that you do sometimes have to step out of your comfort zone, and that's quite difficult.
And that might be an element of that card in a way.
Yeah.
Maybe there's an element of the independence and stepping outside. So
Yeah.
maybe there's a different side, different facet to that card as well. Interesting.
Okay.
Let's have a look at your
love reading then. So if you're looking for love, we start with the King of Cups. So you've actually got 3 people in your reading here. So don't know if that's relevant, or there's the 3 of Swords at the end as well. So
yes, I think the 3 of Swords at the end is saying that there's been a situation where you have felt, if not heartbroken, certainly heart injured.
Yes.
And I think this is because this is at the end, I feel that you're coming through that process.
I think there's an element.
So we're kind of starting at the end here, but I think that's the relevant place to start. I think you're coming to the end of this process, because the other cards are very empowered cards.
They are, incredibly so. So I think this is asking you to almost step into your King of Cups energy, which is somebody who's very independent, very emotionally intelligent,
very in control of their emotions,
very centered. Nothing really rocks you.
No.
And I think a lot of these cards are about that kind of finding that balance within yourself.
That's cards of sovereignty and power and control. And I think I just strongly feel it's finding yourself again after whatever knock that you've had, emotional knock that you've had. And I think you're in the process of this already. I feel it's a kind of a rallying energy.
Yeah.
And I think you are already finding this empowerment, but it's asking you to step fully into it.
Yes, it is. Because we've got the Emperor's card here, which is, again, somebody who brings into their reality everything they need and want. There isn't... She just sits there and everything comes to her.
And she creates the reality she wants.
She does. It's a hugely creative energy.
It is.
And one of birthing things into the world that you want.
But it's the fertility card in many senses, but taken in its broader sense, so that you are creating the opportunities, the environment, the situations, the relationships that you want. So I think it's very much saying take back control. Maybe you gave control away at some point, but whatever this fractured emotional energy is, it's about taking back that control.
Yeah, and I think with the King of Swords here, this is asking you for that balance of head and heart.
That's spot on.
Because the King of Swords is about, again, clarity of thought, honesty, leadership, amazing communication skills. And I just think you're being asked by Spirit to bring yourself back together after this hurt and solidify. It is. It's bringing the head and heart back in balance and knowing that you can create what you want in this world but you have to do that from a place of being centered, being aligned.
Absolutely.
So I do
going forward, looking at relationships in their entirety, so you're looking logically with a clear head about them, but you're also looking from a centered point of centered emotional self. Yeah.
I'm just wondering whether maybe it's the heart that got you in the pain, because maybe your head was logically telling you this wasn't right.
Could well be. And it's saying to just make sure you use all your faculties as you move forward in your emotional life.
Yeah, it does.
Let's see what the Oracle card has to say. And we've got multifaceted. So I think, well, there we go then. I think it's just saying use all the facets of your being.
Yeah, there are many layers and dimensions to the situational person you're asking about. So I think
you're asking about yourself largely, really.
I do. I think you've got to get yourself back into that place.
Into your whole. It's just bringing yourself whole again and taking time to do that before you move on in a relationship sense, to make sure you go forward as a whole, entire you and not a fractured you.
Yeah, you need to be whole if you're going to find new love.
And for it to be successful.
Yes.
I hope that resonates, Taurus.
Please remember to like and subscribe, and we will choose one lucky person to receive a personal message in our next video.
Thank you for being with us, Spirit. And what messages have we got for our lovely Taurus collective? Let's start with career. Break free. In free in every break free in every sense.
Mm.
The current energy is not serving you, which is really interesting because the card talked about going independent, and the mental anguish. So it's saying break free in every sense. I think interesting message.
Can we have a message for love now, please?
Turn away. Turn away from hurt. Turn away from what hurt you. Put it behind you. Turn away from what hurt you. Put it behind you. And regather.
Mm.
Yeah, which is very much what it's saying, isn't it? It's
Bring
just bring yourself back together.
Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Again, please remember to like, subscribe and comment, and we will select one lucky subscriber who leaves a comment to receive a personal channeled message in our next video. Please do say if you'd like a love message or a career message. Thank you for watching. See you next time.